convenient FY going into jungle as we'd imagine.
Okay.
But I think going into the first game, I thought VGR would be the stronger team, but it seems like the Drows similarly kind of caught them off guard. But overall, I still see VGR as just the better team at the moment in China. But I mean, yourself, do you prefer a certain draft?
Prepare for battle.
I think VCR is definitely the more explosive Wombo comp draft, and I love watching Wombo combos. So I'm gonna cheer for VR and the possibility of game 3 as well.
Yeah, I'm going all in with End actually. Little magical of pure damage. Ooh.
Probably the pot. It's got the double nukes.
Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know. There's a magnetized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Number of player deaths. We're gonna have a relatively bloodbath. I'm gonna say.
You're gonna go 56 plus. Is that?
I'm not gonna go 56 plus.
I got 41
for 56 plus.
All right, let's get into the game, guys. We got pretty much standard stuff. We already got a lot of ward and sentry battle here.
Oh yeah, Burning. He was looking for the D ward, but just a little bit off point. Won't actually catch out the ward that's just been placed down by Mr. Yang.
30 seconds to.
Can you actually pull up the box?
Can't on the button to do so.
Is it alt for you?
Apparently not.
It's a little bit different from in-game and out for me.
It is, yeah. Oh, hang on.
But I imagine that is within the
just
box.
Just bash all the buttons on your keys.
Okay.
Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, dude, you might pause the game. Hold on.
It didn't work. Just straight up pause the game and ask why. Like, I was trying to check for the creep.
For the creep counter spawn. Here we are. So yeah, as you said, lane-wise, pretty much what I expected stuff. Try lane. No one going to be too out of place. Your CTY is going to head over towards the mid lane, Burning. Yeah, he's going to take away when it creeps. Get rid of the range man. So it's going to have a bit of an edge there, the starting way.
Actually, Enigma did the same.
Yeah, actually that's true. Yeah, so both teams equalizing. Equilibrium mid lane.
So mid matchup. Yeah. You could say it's some puck favor, but the poor man show that they're gonna. I think they're mostly gonna trade farm because obviously uses to farm from time to time, and CTY could technically skill with the spin on the onto the puck. But I imagine it's gonna be pretty stable. It's gonna kind of just hang out. You know, I think the person that we should have chose the most classics in 7 minutes. Probably Enigma. You know, he's what?
That is true, actually.
He's actually one of the fastest
junglers. We should have definitely gone for Enigma, I felt. Yeah.
So second fastest jungler in the whole game.
Especially, actually, I went for them, but he is going to have a bit of a hard lane. You know, ROTK on the Tide, Burning on the Lich. A lot of pressure is going to be put onto the slot.
Yeah. Oh, and it's having a top side.
Yeah, they're ready to go. To make right off bottom lane as well. Bit of a lead in, they're looking for the body block to Yang, bringing him incredibly low. The Orb of Venom from HYM helping out. It's not enough though.
So I was on a mag water. If he had a mag out here, they could have kept chasing up and go. Get done up.
That's true that. But I guess at least it's, I mean, Yang's got a he hasn't got a Sal. To get one, he's getting ferried out. So he's got to be a bit of duration at this laning.
So earlier I was questioning Lich. I was thinking he's going to save lanes up. But see what's happening here. It makes so much sense. And it's going to be your early game aggressor. Remember, he gets the early Midas for his Slark when he's having a great game. He's not going to have a great game here up against Lich Tide. I mean, he's going to get down, he's going to get away. I think this is a very smart move here from Vici Gaming.
What do you see at the moment? Burning's saying now they're in the mid lane match for CT for 3, 6 for 2. Very close between the two of them. Which seems to be fairly even. Yang is going to get himself up to level 3 on the Elder Titan. So some quick levels to start off with this man. And hello, I am coming in for a bit of action. Yang gonna ward him off as he gives him a chase down. A couple of punches to the back. But I mean, where do you think we're going to see that for the first kind of bit of action? Are we looking for a certain rotation? Does Burning just remove himself up here? Are we ever going to switch leave the lane and let's press on elsewhere? Or is this
I think they just want B here. Apparently, Ashes make the bottom here.
Sideline HYM.
Easy roll into stun or vice versa, and they get the kill. But apart from the random 1-2 kills, like at the bottom lane, they get one stop here after making a pretty big dive. Slark counting in, getting a kill. This should not happen. When you run the lich, you need to slowly win the lane. But I guess RTK perhaps played a little bit over aggressive, got a little bit caught out here. Got picked off.
Alright, giving a kill like that away, not the way you want to go against them, Slark. Bottom lane, Yang. It's best to contest the farm. Sylar. As you just said, it's still slightly event, but it's close, and yeah, both safe laners have been involved in the kill, so.
Yeah. Yeah, but this game should be a relatively slow one, at least in the laning stage, because on one side you got the Enigma just farming it up the jungle, on the other Lich is gonna slowly but surely take over the lane.
And she mid as well. HYM maybe also trying to cast it. Fairly low at this point. I got a couple of bot guys, it's gonna be a hard jump.
He's waiting for Mikasa to actually orb. No, they're gonna maybe push that out. Orb come out here, but silence is gonna be good. Mikasa. Oh, he's actually gonna orb of Venom. Oh my god. Easy 3 poison damage per second.
Oh man, HYM, yeah, he's gonna be over the moon. And that's the killer. Bring up the lane for CCY. Gonna land to catch, get himself a little bit of an edge.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, great news.
You know, Puck doesn't have a point into phase. I wonder if that would have made a difference. That surely would have.
What, you just duke out final tip? Yeah, I guess we need to jump in, yeah, so
sure.
you didn't have to tank around.
Maybe good at just dodge it.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate for him. I understand for the reason for him not getting the phase. Didn't really dodging any range attacks from the or not.
No, not at this point. But not at least until he gets to 6. Then,
yeah.
But at that point, yeah, we can assume that the Castle Puck will indeed have a point. Maybe some more pressure mid. You know, HYM, he's getting into position again. And maybe we'll see if he does it opening. At the same time, top lane, RTK's in too low. And the DCC chance to jump in. Kinetic field point. I think DCC has enough for the glimpse. RTK trying to play around this, but and he's around again, and RTK trap. Come on out and take it down. It's going to be another kill for Vici. And more importantly, another kill. Now 2 kills. Bottom lane, Stormland to the face. HYM averting there to help with the control on Tian. Vici finding a quick kill in return. So both save laners again getting involved in these kills. You know, it's 2 assists for the Sven, whereas he's actually been able to get the final touches. So 2 kills for this Slark.
Yeah. Different, a Hunter could recover a little bit easier because, well, he's a Hunter. He could jungle easily. Whereas I think he's going to be more stuck at his level item progression for a while. They're going to get the move of the game here, the first one. FY to come around this. It's going to be yellow. He's going to block quite easily with Knife Pulse. ROTK. Well, if he wants to fake a swoon up, he's got to win this game.
This is very, very scary for them, and this Slark's just getting so much. And now with the 3rd kill under his belt at 6 minutes in, alright. I mean, he tries for an on, but it's work against the puck with himself.
Well, he did not have fake before, so
yeah, I get it testing, but still,
that's a long cooldown to be using
the orb. Yeah. I don't know. It was a little bit questionable.
Look, CTY wants to send a message.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, as I was saying, he's gonna have a tough time recovering. I mean, he's playing a hero that really wants to hit level 16, get all his abilities. He's doing his best to kind of harass. And you're really burning, you know, whether he's gonna stay in the lane or move around. It seems like he's moving around, but really at a cost of RTK having a much tougher time than he really should have at the top lane.
Yeah, 3 deaths on the Tidehunter, and you know, still gets it at level 6. Whereas Slark, he's about to touch on to level 7. So yeah, indeed. The lane at the top certainly going a lot better for VGR. Bottom lane, maybe eyes onto Yang. You've got some heroes on the sidelines, HYM and Burning. Maybe seeing if there was going to be an opening. Same to mid lane, DDC. Maybe looking for a potential wraparound. On to CTY. There is a Dream Coil available if they find it. Oh no, DDC. It looks like he's going to head up top. I mean, he could try and make something happen against RTK with the help of N.
No, he's just dropping down a couple wards, block the Ancients. Because, you know, you're facing against Sven and Tidehunter. They want those stacks.
I mean, could he look for action? Yeah. Okay, I guess, yeah, no action for DDC for now.
Unless somehow CTY, uses the spin aggressively, they're just really hard to force out the kill. And looks like Mikasa is gonna go for that Veil of Discord build first. To kind of play combination gaming here with Yang. Go for the nuke build.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, with that, as we said, this is going to be so much burst potential with the natural order at Veil. RT giving a take. Does have a Ravage kind of falling with it there. He must come back into the lane as well. FY ready to put a pressure on. Back up for a minute, but he's looking to push down the lane. And CTY, he does have his ult. He's got Omni Slash in there. Alright, on tag. Stormham does the jug round the corner. CTY can get in for the Omni. All the illusions actually blocking him up. Alright, CTY couldn't quite close the gap there. It's going to mean Yang. He gets the wall.
Normally, you expect a Juggernaut to have phase boots by now, so he can kind of phase past everything and just go to go, but Yang thanking his lucky stars. CTY moves a pretty big one. We do have Mikasa hanging out here. Ooh, he's gonna okay. Are they gonna punish him somehow?
ROTK. I think he was a bit peed off by Mikasa. Oh, basically, sorry, walks over it. Mikasa. Oh, that was a bit of a class show there.
And they're gonna get the kill. Rip. Nicely done here.
Alright. Well, Ravage down, but
I guess ROTK don't take it kindly when you steal his
it would not happen.
Oh, he's gonna die here again.
No.
Black hole 3.
Oh no. They don't even need it.
They might have.
No, he's got the dart pack first.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Radiant
A series of unfortunate events there for ROTK. Not a happy time for him there on the tide.
I know this is, the semi-finals of a regional qualifier, but it's pretty clowny stuff kind of happening left and right. Our TK is perhaps a little tilted because he's died, what, fourth time now? Ravage didn't really do anything, and I do believe FY is looking to push this tower. Does have Black Hole up as well, so it's going to be a very tough defense here coming out from Vici Gaming.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh, easy glimpse back. You didn't get tilt?
I think that was definitely put him on tilt. Poor old Odds, he's getting all the slack cards. Hey, Mikasa. Good control from HYM, that should do it. Will do indeed.
Burning, also in trouble.
Indeed, this is going to be another one for VGR. Punch down, beat down. And the Courier hanging around as well.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Well, you were correct to assume that this is going to be a bath.
This is so far 11 kills, 10 minutes in. This is the actually stepping up. Yeah, RTK though, we need to see him kind of protect you up. He needs to keep himself composed. Get himself safely back into the game.
Yeah, his team relies on him for that kind of mid-game control with that Ravage. Because apart from that, who's actually going to do the stun? The Earth Spirit is going to have a kick, but that's not very reliable. The Sven needs a Blink Dagger, which I don't think he's going to get anytime soon.
No, certainly here with the treads out. He's focusing on keeping that farm going. He's, well, a little bit behind at the moment, but CTY is having a lot of fun on this Juggernaut 102. Slark still up there in response, and over the other side. And went to work out shut up now. But I guess one of the things is as well, that if the game does end up going on later, it's always be kind of Jug and Sven against Slark, who's got a lot of mechanics like the puck, but late game the punching power to be behind Vici game. Or do you think, like for instance, Black is always to be such a strong force, people always have a chance?
No, it might be a pick here.
Maybe save the Sylar.
They could block this, but he's gonna hold that on for a bit.
Yeah, and he gets out.
Yeah, I think it's easy to say, look, VCR's got 4, but VCR Reborn's only got 1 more.
Yeah,
but I think Vici's actually secretly got 4 more.
Okay.
If you want to think of it that way. There's going to be not a concentrated power coming from, let's say, Enigma or Puck, but the Vici, they bring a lot to the table. Also, they're very mobile as heroes. FY's going to get a blink. The Slark's very mobile. The Puck's going to get a blink, so I think it's going to be very easy for the Reborn team to jump circles around Vici if they don't get one wombo combo Ravage into Sven stuff. So I think this is going to be a very even game in terms of scaling, if it's wondering who's got the better late game. I think it's pretty close.
I should have played Nand on it. And do you expect to just come quite active across the map at this time, or what does he have right? Are there kind of heroes? Because I'm looking at the lineup of Vici game, it's not necessarily easier to find sort of pick up than all. Mikasa, silenced by HYM, Chain Frost as well on these. They brought everything down that man. 3 ults for Mikasa. And game over the road. FY closed the door there for the T16 Jug. Right, no escape for Jug.
You know that no on the puck? It looked like, you know, 3 people trying to KS each other, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, let's throw all of our ultimates. But now you saw why they needed to do this. The Chipper are even so good at catching and so good at responding and have the power dive.
Smart play from Solo, hit down bottom, just straight up TPs after the glimpse. As that was the first shot they jump in well. So at least they'll see that coming.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So you were asking whether it's going to be kind of moving around and look for these kind of kills? Yes, because he has a Shadow Blade. I think he should also concentrate a little bit more on farm compared to promoting Shadow Blade farm, because at the end of the day, he's really the only one that's right-clicking, right, for his team. So he needs to really keep up his farm compared to, let's say, the Sven and the Juggernaut. He is, however, leading in terms of net worth right now, though.
Oh. A bit of a glimpse there, as PG unable to finish off the town. But at least, in fact, them it's not down to deny range, then maybe have to take the goal themselves. They come in for a push. Roshan, the question is there going to be a point where we see a team head into the pit? I guess neither team are really having the fastest potential. I guess obviously FY is Enigma, but the Eidolons are nice. And both have to self-sustain for the Roshan intent, but neither's going to do it in a snapshot.
Yeah. I actually think the Vici Vanilla is probably going to do it a little bit faster.
Yeah, well with the God Strength and Juggernaut and such.
And even Gush, you know?
Yeah.
End's going to come around. He runs over a Sentry Ward. He's looking for the Lich. The Lich is out of there, so they are very kind of aware that there is a Slug running around in their jungle. And this is why I think that it's maybe a little bit better use of Slug's time to just kind of farm. At the very least, even though he's not getting any kills, he's definitely applying pressure. Because Vici heroes are kind of clumping up as tier 3, they're kind of scared to go out and farm. But eventually, N needs to just pick up the focus. I don't think he could do this for too long.
Oh, hello. C2Y Mikasa. A little bit of fun in the trees, isn't it? Puck actually just gonna play around with this illusion behind him. We'll see. No, C2Y's not falling, but he's still looking. Like, I know you're there. Now he'll come out. And, you know, C2Y, he'll TP himself back to base. Not really a kill that he can look for on his own unless Mikasa makes a big misplay.
Seems like Mikasa is thinking about going back to the Blink. If he wanted the Veil, he could have picked it up. And it makes a lot of sense here. There seems to lack of like a way to change the fight. Right now they're kind of reacting to G Gaming coming, but they just want that good jump. And he does pick up the Blink Dagger for that.
Do you think we're going to see
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
No, I was going to say, yeah. So it looks like Fly's going to go for the BKB for the Blink Dag on this Enigma, and I think, yeah, as we said, there's just so many ways to counter that he needs the BKB.
I feel quite interesting.
Oh, you think he might have gone for the Blink first?
Yeah.
Or the Greaves, or?
Sure. Nope, glimpse back. Because I feel like the way this game, having Black Hole is nice, but I don't think they need the Black Hole. Like, they need to win it, right?
Yeah.
Even with the BKB, there's still chain farms to cancel it, so it's not a guarantee. At the very least, so it makes them that much tankier, so there's that.
Out of time, you know, yeah, he's picked up the Midas as well. Do you think this is just what VG are kind of preparing for this to go? It's not necessarily something they see all the time.
I think this is going to be gearing for like a 45, 50, 60 minutes game even.
Okay.
Which again, for the viewers at home, maybe you think like, oh, we got Juggernaut, we got Sven, we're going to scale much better, but do not underestimate this 4-core lineup from Vici. All of these heroes scale pretty amazingly into the late game.
Especially with the out of time, you know what I mean? It makes your lineup so much more relevant, regardless of if you're physical and magical.
Enigma also farms very quickly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, FY's going to be able to keep himself very relevant in this game.
Okay, a scan catches out a couple of Radiant Hero here in front of the top lane.
what kind of defense comes in from VGR. They've got Mikasa in place. Also Yang behind, just sending out the spirits.
Oh, they see Mikasa. They can maybe roll in with a silence on top. It's a pretty deep dive. Right here, kind of walk in. You know what, Disruptor is still here on the bottom.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And burning out on his own. Trying to hold the tower. It's not going to be
Is
successful.
under attack.
Tier 2 will fall.
Well, Mikasa committed his orb on top, so he's... HYM's being really patient here. Looking for the perfect moment to jump.
Again, the spirit coming out. Scout out. The whereabouts of a Vici game. They're hiding here. It's just still coming close. Also, they're just really struggling to try and find an opening up in top Vici game.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's already look. I try and start to back off. And realizing that they're not finding any luck here. And quick block on the ancient camp. And a quick steal of the range creep. Pylons are out for FY. Tier 1 already taken in the mid lane, Tier 1 and Tier 2 bottom, so they are starting to get a bit more favorable push. Oh, it's like, yeah, Beautiful was expanded for that as well.
Yeah.
A little bit early as well, as the TP out was still available afterwards.
This is starting to become an extremely technical game where neither team is really wanting to fit into the other team's team fight. So they're kind of splitting the map open to farm. And then I think what I'm to look for down the line is actually the either the Hexagon, which seems like he's building into, just to give him that kind of continuous damage in team fight. But
Do you think it's going to be the Dagon or the Yules because of the silence?
actually, I think both are a great choice.
Yeah.
Another item I would suggest is the Aghanim Scepter. Because we're looking at heroes kind of easily running away with their magic immunity. You know, it's going to build BKB down the line. You know that they're going to spin up from a recoil. Maybe not right now, but somewhere down the line, this long game, I think Mikasa should pick up Ags.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a pretty key item for the man. And 100 away for BKB completion.
Okay. The one thing I don't like about this early BKB purchase from him is that, sure you got the BKB, but it doesn't like you really take big fights with it. It'll keep you safe from like Ravage and the Herb Skirt, but when he turns around and punch you, he can still put the hurt on you. But maybe Vici Reborn will play extremely aggressive as a team once the Vici is up.
Let's see as well if what we're going to see in terms of the game plan from FY. So it's been a bit of a theme, you know, since he's been able to look for a big play with that black hole. He has got a smoke available, but no opening's been looked for as of yet.
Yeah, the overall, if you look over to Network, VGR is farming much better. I think they utilize the map better.
Yeah.
Enigma can farm the jungle better. They're right now leading by 5,000 gold. I imagine they're going to climb. They also got the Midas on the Earth Spirit. So this slow gameplay really is not favoring Vici. The question is, what do they know this is happening?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And how will they react if they know they're being out-farmed right now?
Let's see what happens here. They have smoked up VGR. But again, looks like they won't find anything. You know, Vici gaming themselves, playing very safe, keeping back over their half of the map. CTY putting the pressure on the mid lane. You know, they themselves, they've not been able to push Vici game. They're yet to take a tier 1. And with the Shadowblade initiation, moving over, pings on to CTY. Got a play theory available. Oh, indeed, jumping up top. Going to play around the Dream Cloud to cancel the TP. That'll take down an Earth Spirit. Trying to go for CTY. He's going for the TP out. He's going to make it. So VGR, they don't find the jug kill. But the rest of the team, they do manage to punish that top push.
Yeah, the Reborn squads are just more mobile in these small engagements. And they're kind of fighting pickoffs to left and right. Sure, we do see teleports away from the Slark, teleports away from the Puck.
Radiant's top
But
tower is under
again,
attack.
Reborn as a team, they are farming better. And I don't exactly know what Vici can do to combat the situation. They got the Battle Fury and Juggernaut, so that's a start. But if you look over to heroes like Lich and Earth Spirit, they just don't farm well. In fact, in the case of Lich, he scales terribly well, or very, very badly.
Yeah.
So I don't exactly know how Bernie's gonna hang around in this like big.
Gang could be in a bit of trouble. Stop. Looking to hold back CTY, but with a gush, Yeah, Yang's maybe thinking about going for the straight TP. Yeah, they'll blow the Ravage Swat, no messing around with the game, but it's gonna swing it. Gotta find the kills, and they will. On the PC wants to secure the deal.
If you're charged, you just go straight to restraint.
I mean, yeah, you know, there's no Omni Slash.
Sometimes they punch it like so slowly.
Yeah.
We're gonna see
Dire's top
just
tower
slow.
is under
That's the
attack.
problem.
they're gonna start it up,
But it is a safe push, yeah, with those two ults gone.
Dire's
And
top
yeah,
tower
Eidolon's coming in.
and it's getting hurt by Rose.
So now the Eidolon's on. So you haven't even got that work for you. Gaming, they may have even fucked two as well.
They gotta back out.
Yeah, this not happening.
They thought about it, and like, no. And Mikasa did go for the yields. Obviously, very good defensively against HYM's Earth Spirit. We are in for a long haul. I don't think this is one of those games where team loses a team fight and then just loses 2 racks from it. Oh, Silence gonna come in here for Mikasa, but he feels safe enough to even not even use the Yules.
Sounds got his BKB as well now, so. It's gonna be pretty hard to take down if you are VGR. Enigma, FY, still. Actually, no, okay, no, he's picked to the rest first. Yeah, he's pretty much got that BKB done as well.
Cool.
Just 100 gold and Mithril Hammer will be there. ROTK backing up. Job as one. Cass has got an Imps rune. Just been spotted out. They'll actually get us back onto the Sylar, but no quite follow up.
ROTK?
Yeah, he's coming a bit far down the lane. Doesn't have a mech. Doesn't usually good at right for the out. The stomp down from Yang, securing the kill on the side, and meanwhile C2 make for a bit of the set. The TP back, and then C2 does have the Omni Slash up to 12. At the same time, they manage to scouring around the bar. She jaunting up here. In lane, that could be where we see the fight go on as 3 putting pressure on. DDC FY. And there we have it. BKB now done for FY.
Cool. God's Strength getting caught just for a couple of ancients.
The cast jumps in.
Got the BKB, so he's not really afraid of it.
It's a hard kill to them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no messing around. BKBing to avoid the glitch.
Okay. I was like, did he misclick?
Just doesn't want any chance of getting trapped back. Knows that somewhere, you know, FY was high. Black hole could be enough to control or spend long enough to take him down.
I think one thing that End has done very well on the Slar is his ability to actually apply so much pressure as he's getting a ton of farm as well. It's not exactly the high network or anything, and that still goes to the Ascend. But they've done a successful job at shutting down. Look at the glitch and the Earth Spirit. Network is just abysmal. Even the TIE Hunter is really low at this stage of the game. And I think more or less that's because there's a Slark constantly running in your jungle. The supports of Raid just don't feel safe enough to go out.
Dire's bottom
C2
tower is under attack.
What's he doing here? Is it for the creep cut? I mean, it's a bit of a risky creep cut, isn't it?
I guess so.
I guess he's got Blink TP.
Yeah.
Eh.
Blink's
Sneaky sneaks. See what? Scan from Dire. No, at least some from Vici Gaming right G tier 2. So they'll feel the second round of the map.
I'll take that.
And as this game goes on, yeah, Vici still maintaining it, but is it a massive one?
Yeah. I think with the blink on the Sven,
Yeah.
Vici finally have a way to actually move outside the map. RTK on the mid lane though, Nikin is practically broken by the Silver Edge. RTK dropping really low, he pops up, but it's not going to keep the alive. King has it up. A little bit too late, they both fight and they're going to get dropped on.
They might get him stuck back up and oh, not going to be able to do it. Snap back in base.
Tower is under attack.
VGR. Again, I don't know how he keeps getting jumped on, but he's with the Silver Giant. He can't just full tap that initial VGR. So the kill is on the road.
Radiant's middle
Not
tower
just with the
has
Silver
fallen.
Edge, Black Hole's always an answer to TIE Hunter. You cannot crack in the so I think TIE Hunter overall really overestimated his ability to survive this game. TIE Hunter most games you can do and get over it. And then VCR will take it at round 2 at the big rock, but I think they will soon to find out that they just don't really have a good Roshan lineup.
Yep, they have the seconds ever islands. So maybe. Maybe. I mean, I say it's by no means not the quickest. And Vici getting our.
Get here, everything.
It's not like they're gonna make a straight forward then. So, yeah. I mean, they're not really good. Well, maybe shred.
They might kick themselves. Like that is like one of the slowest Roshan we've seen in a while. Squad starting to element and damage, right? And this cannot be hard in team fights. The puck has Dagons now, and of course, like you've been mentioning throughout the cast, that Elder Titan just makes the whole team hurt more. So I think Reborn is maybe one or two team fight away from starting to think of a high ground. But speaking of high ground, the team is pretty bad.
Yeah, they don't have the best push. I guess they've got the Enigma. And there will be a point that Slark, maybe with Skadi, can just, you know, be the front line.
Right, but that's not really, none of these heroes are really planning for breaking high ground. So Vici, Reborn, they understand that they need to get themselves a pretty big lead before they can actually break high ground. And that's where heroes like the Ravage, the Tidehunter, the Lich Chainfrost becomes quite good. So despite the fact that Vici is behind, I don't think they're... Oh!
Nice Ram. First is down, there's a Slark behind him. Goodbye over. Turning around, one more trouble to get to Mikasa. Hitting the ground, but Sylar, he needs some backup. He gets coming in with the Ravage. He's going to catch them. DDC down end. Got the Shadow Dance off the side. They'll try and chase down for more. They'll get the gun blinking forward, but Sylar a little bit off point here. He's got a stun. Oh, the control. Yang throws him up in the air with the Yule Scepter. Sylar unable to chase down the Slark.
Oh, Burning's dead.
CTY jumping in. He's got an Omni. He is going to use it. And one more crit, and that's the man down. The same time on the back line. Then trying to come back in. He'll take down Burning now, looking towards Sylar. F5's coming in as well. Black hole. Jumps into the black hole to control Sylar in. Shift away. RTK coming back alive. Sylar tries to turn around and they kill it. Oh, and they did. But he's got an Aegis. Still look towards F5. Give himself a life. CTY Big 4 takes him down. And back for round 2, but he doesn't want any part of it. He's getting himself out of there. So all in all though, Vici Gaming do take that fight quite convincingly. 3 points, Cake Gold, 4 heroes down and taking the edges out of the Slark's hands.
Yeah,
what a fight.
Reborn didn't have all 5 heroes. They kind of funneled in one by one. And against a hero like Sven, who has the burst damage to really kill heroes quickly, that was not the fight that Reborn was looking for. At the very least, they did recover the gem. If they had lost the gem there, that would have been huge. But Mikasa being the first, or I think the second one at the end of that team fight, was not what they were looking for. They really lost a lot of damage in the puck fight.
We saw just the damage coming out from Sylar there.
Yep.
He's got a crit stick as well now.
Also, very good positioning by the Vici squad. I mean, FY throughout the entire fight, he was looking for a black hole that caught more than one, and he just cannot find it. So he just threw out the end for a one-man black hole. And like you said, I think early in the draft, Sven's one of the heroes that could just tank through it, especially with the warp buff turned on.
See what goes on it. RTK getting up. He's only about to hit level 16 as well, so it's going to get a nice step on the Ravage. Freeze done as well for RTK. As we saw then, the last fight did manage to hit a good Ravage. He just allowed Sven time to chop through the heroes on PGR. Coming on to RTK. Sylar coming back with the response. Boomer and Shadow Knight's coming out. RTK gets the line for the time being. Sylar playing around end, trying to look to chase down the Slark. Can they do that? Five round. Well, it's got him dominant. CTY jumps over the Omni Slash. They'll take down FY. Can they find themselves anything more? And coming out of there with the Shadow Blade. Only one beat rolling for the vision. And to turn a fight. The stun happening. They're coming in. The corner. Take it down. And now BGR. They're putting themselves at 3. The Cascade players out of this top base shift. And they take this man down. He's on control. He can't get out. And again, Vici Gaming making some huge plays here. And BGR just... It just seems like they're going too aggressive.
Yeah, they're making some key mistakes as well. For example, at the very end, when you're face shifting, and you're trying to blink out after the phase shift, and for example, you are spinning. The only way you could blink is the direction that you're facing. You do not have time for your hero to turn around out of the phase to blink back.
Has fallen.
Unfortunately, that's the move that he tried. He did not get his blink off, and he just straight up died. So
didn't they change that though? So you can turn.
you don't have time to have your hero models turn around and then get off.
But I don't.
Did they? Are you sure?
I can't remember if I drowned that.
Well, I don't know why
I'm
he
not a
didn't get off the
technical man.
blink then.
Yeah,
so.
either way.
Either way, he made the mistake and did not get that blink out. But I think overall, you're right. They're being a lot more aggressive than they should. They did have Black Hole for that fight, right?
They, I don't know. If I was on the high ground, he was looking maybe for a chance, but he got taken down pretty quickly.
By
He
CTY,
was up the cliff, and CTY and immediately on the slashing on the Enigma, which I guess that's a great play, from CTY, just to eliminate the Enigma from the fight, to make sure that there is no black hole.
I mean, if you look at this Reborn lineup, as soon as this coil is used, and after you don't win the team fight by coil, they just don't have any more cash, at least not in the immediate future. So basically, Vici for the rest of the fight just kite around, right? We got the spinning tanky, we got Juggernaut spinning away, we got Tie Hunter, who survived with like 10% health.
Yeah, the fact, they couldn't kill RTK at the start, that's big, and he's going to get harder and harder to take down with the build of the pipe coming out.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
So
if
certainly you know before they were kind of bullying RTK, they saw the man as we can kill RTK at the start of each fight. That's not going to happen now.
Yeah, or at least not as legally.
Yeah.
Now that he's got pipe finished. The takeaway for me is, unless Reborn win the fight with coil, they're just gonna get kited. Which is what we've seen in the last 2 fights now.
I mean, just looking at the single cores as well, the fact that as you said, still VGL have got great team fight, but the fact, Slark's farm 15k, and he is like 3k behind the Sven, 4k, nearly 5k behind Jug. I mean, this is the dual core of Vici Gaming is just looking so strong in comparison.
Yeah.
And we are seeing them being able to kill the Slark. Well, they've only taken him down once, but at least, he's having to run half the time. And we'll see.
They got a hex.
Yeah, they're going to catch him out. Any kind of keep the man alive, decrease the free CTY. Yeah, they're going to keep him up there. Respawn comes in, yours goes from the front. Eldritch to time, and got to jump in the black hole. On to Zyla, catching CTY as well. They're taking over Jump, they found themselves a third. Zyla trying to fight back with the help of RTK. Ravage goes through, and with the Shadow Dance, he's got to run. Mikasa jumps in, waiting with Zyla's up to 2 ends, trying to move it to kill RTK. Zyla's still a threat. The blink does from FY, the somehow won't connect. Zyla's still playing around with it. Jumps through the Disruptor and the Enigma. Mikasa trying to play around this with the Dangon. He's out of mana. Zyla, wrong way! Chop him down, bam! Shoot Zyla! He dies, but he dies. Hero looming.
Oh man, that's the definition of a heroic death. Took down like 3 or 4 heroes before dying.
Oh man.
The key mistake for RTK is
Look at the deeps. 5.4k damage. No, sorry, that was 6.6k damage.
Yeah, the problem in that fight was RTK blinked into a static storm, so he could never get off that Ravage. Imagine if he got off the Ravage earlier.
A little early.
Yeah, they win that team fight flat out. But we're seeing the problem of this big crit stick Sven. He is hitting so fast and so hard. I guess at the end of the day, Vici Reborn did win the team fight. They took down both Sven and Juggernaut, and they had the Slark surviving. Yes. So you do see the net worth graph, slowly catching back up.
Double damage Slark. Fishy. Oh, fish shot.
All right.
Nothing. But yeah, I mean, Roche has backup as well. I mean, at this point, Vici Gaming, Sven and Joe, they can think it's so quick without the damage that Sven's doing.
For sure.
And I mean, with the Ravage up, in 50 seconds, maybe that's the point. They could quite safely go stick, can't they? Because their team fight, it just seems just outright better if they're prepared for it. Though, obviously that time that was VGR catching Vici Gaming off guard.
Yes. And I don't think Juggernaut should die here. Oh, I say that again.
Again. Bam! That's gone. You're gone.
Yang coming in with a Hex purchase. He's been quiet throughout the game and throwing out belts in the back, but this is the huge pick. The reason that they won the fight for VGR was because they removed Juggernaut from the beginning, so that's going to be a concern here for Vici Gaming.
With no Jug, I mean, because you've got the Sven, I guess you can still put up a fight, but Do you want to go towards the pit? Do you have to take this fight at Roshan if you are Vici gaming, or do you have to let them have it?
I think you let them have it.
Yeah. You don't want to risk throwing away anything else.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the network graph, right, there's 20k on the Juggernaut. But imagine that 20k just removed because of the Hex. Then suddenly it's going to be VGR that's really leading the fight. We've seen that twice in a row.
Yeah, as you said, you just a Midas Hex build-up. That's, yeah, been the player there. Well, just a great decision from you.
Yep. Also, even though we see Vici, the Sven being such a big badass, his BKB is down to 6 seconds. And, you know, a single Ravage into a Psylocke crit will still win the team fight, but what if you don't get that combination going?
Yeah.
What if, you know, for example, Tidehunter blinks into a Static Storm again? Then suddenly, I imagine a world where Sven gets kited, where he doesn't get off the best, you know, stun into his ult. Very concerned here for Vici Gaming as the Reborn in this mid to late game, trying to find their own stride.
And Amakas has nearly got the Axe on, yeah.
Yeah, that's also an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, BKB or not. Maybe just sell the bottle right now and pick up the Axe, get a TP scroll for Mikasa. Well,
not going to be wasted here. We'll see what Vici Gaming want to do next now. On top of the Skadi, CTY was slowed down a bit on this progression because of that takedown that VGR found in Vici Gaming's jungle with the Yang's Hex. Coming out quite far as well, CTY. Need to be careful, there's a blink. Oh! He's out, he's out, he's out.
the amount of BKB piercing stuns VGR has is pretty scary.
Yep.
They got Black Hole, they got the Earth Splitter, they got the Hex, which is not essentially BKB piercing, but you could catch
him
them.
out, yeah, you could stop him from getting it off, yeah.
Also, we do see a whole bunch of kiting items being purchased. Yang's got the Ghost Scepter, he's got Mule Scepter.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
DDC's got himself a 4-staff. I'm starting to feel like this can be a game 3 coming our way.
It's certainly kind of on the brink.
And that's kind of funny to say, because if you look at net worth, it's completely even.
Yeah.
In fact, it's Juggernaut and Sven leading in terms of net worth, but the next 4 it's
Radiant's
just,
top tower is under attack.
you know, right in the
Dire's
VGR
bottom tower
root
is
count.
under attack.
And I'm just looking at the burning for HY after kind of rounding out the net worth on the very bottom.
CT1. Needs to be careful. He's going to walk into Yang. Go carefully, Yang. Yeah, blinks out immediately when he spots him out with the illusions. He's been caught out a couple of times by that sneaky Elder Titan's Hex. He's not going to let it happen again. At least he's going to try his best for that not to happen. Sylar, 4.5k in the bankers at this point. I mean, I guess slot-wise, you got to think about bots really before picking up anything else. At the same time, do you think maybe just eat Moonshine after having enough money for buyback, I guess, as well at this point? He does not want to expend the gold with having buyback back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could think about Satanic if you want to just pick up.
That's true.
AC is quite good against Elder Titan.
But then what are you dropping? You know what I mean? If you get Stacy.
Maybe the... Normally, I just say drop Echo Saber, but Echo Saber is a big part of his damage output.
It really is. It's doing absolute wonders.
He's right now being played like a burst carry, and the Echo Saber is a huge part, essentially, for doubling his burst damage output, at least for the first second or so.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to out, so what's he going to pick up? Yeah, he is. Yeah, indeed going to go for that AC, so he'll have to swap out something.
Yeah, I have no idea what he drops.
Yeah.
We will find out relatively soon. Again, one thing that we do have to remember is that VGR is not exactly the best high ground lineup. So if Vici with all 5 alive, I don't think Reborn just, you know, waltz down the mid lane and look for a high ground push. I think Reborn just bait Vici out, win the team fight outside the base, and then push. But whether Vici regular will fall for that trap is another question. Sylar still hasn't picked up that AC yet.
Yeah, he's still a bit short on the gold. I mean, if he sells something, he would have enough to finish it off, but at the same time, as we said, buyback is going to be so important at this stage.
Right.
Because they don't have any tiers left. Oh, even though he's gone in. He has gone all in for this.
Maybe they're going to smoke out to look for a play?
Actually, he's going to drop the helm, put that on the courier. So he's taking the helm out.
Okay.
I mean, maybe, is anyone looking for a Flats on his team? Not as of yet. BKB actually picked up by CTY as well, so it's going to help him a little bit, but as we said already, there's a lot of ways that VGR can deal with BKB.
Correct. Dropping the lifesteal looks a little bit strange, but if you think about Vici, if they're going to win a team fight, they're going to win it within seconds. I think as the team fight drags out into like a, let's say, 30-40 second team fight, that's where the low cooldown of Puck, that's where the Slark Essence Shift, they really take over. So in Vici Gaming's ideal world, they get off a good Ravage, God Strength pops, Omni Slash flies out, and they just boom 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 win a fight. Lifesteal doesn't really help you there, right? Like, you're not looking to sustain, you're looking to just burst.
Vici Gaming with a smoke. Move around, who are they going to catch? And they're going to jump on him? Okay, no. They'll jump on the Mikasa. Ooh, 1300 crit.
Yang gonna TP after they see him. No, and they're gonna try to get something big off of this. They see DDC, do they?
Yeah, they see CTY there.
Okay.
Hello.
Buyback.
Man's out of it. Alright, that's cheeky, but indeed with the buyback. See what they can do in return. When Mikasa jumping in, Dream Top. Got some of the two of them. It's an ag. CTY's being caught out by the stun. Just not getting the Ravage comes through, but then gets himself out. And white. With the black hole on CTY. Jay Fox is over the top of the map to BKB. Another turn. Starlight gets hexed up. Big comes out. Holding the map. And now the Omni starts jumping forward.
Oh my god.
Keeps the devil on the Shadow. Gets himself away. Smash then finishes man off the silence. Then he gets someone in close. Looking for the ball to smash. Kick the stun. Won't connect. The stun from now. You're holding the back. Connect field. Control from all ends. Just like it with the BKB. Riley Spragman's go away with the roll. BKB focused now. Vici game and Reborn. Finding the look of tight at the sidearm. With the storm out of the Yang. Go to just protecting them. They can't get the hits in. Hex onto CTY. Tyler's been able to flick himself out. Can they save CTY? He's trying to get out with the Blade Fury, the Manta as well. But he's not going to be able to do it. They'll take themselves down a third. VGR, they have held here. It cost them a buyback, but overall, they'll be happy with that.
They'll be extremely happy with that. I think the chain cross was actually blocked by the Lincolns of Enigma. Had Lincoln's BKB.
Oh, damn, yeah, that was it, yeah.
So there was no way to cancel that black hole, and that was huge. They also, I mean, as soon as the BKB ran out on the Sven, he kind of was just confused in terms of who he could go on. The God Strength also ran out. Again, if Vici does not win the team fight in a quick burst, they are not going to win the long drawn out fight. Yeah, sure, buyback was involved there, but you know, the Slark wasn't even coming close to dying throughout it. He's getting so much Essence Shift right now, holding to 16 of that Essence Shift, and now he is in your base, hitting a tier 3. Remember, they don't push well in a 5v1 situation, but they could definitely push from 3 heroes of this.
And there's no CC1 for 40 seconds. You haven't got Ravage as well for a full minute.
Oh, thinking for the snipe here. Can you actually get it?
Almost an Hex reaction. Yeah, they're not going to do it. And just puts the Shadow Dog. Going past the BKB. Falls away. With a stun for the Dream God's going to connect. Starlight falling over there. Finishes him off. They're going to find themselves a second to pin off. And now Earth Spirit. He's in a hell of a lot of trouble. Another kill for VGR.
He had BKB. He didn't use it as he made that jump. He had, no, there's Hexes on the other side. There's Jules There's on the other side. He had to pop the BKB.
Oh man, and just like that, VGR, they're going to clean out the bottom lane. They'll head towards mid. With this window, without the Sven, your big damage dealer, they're going to get so much done. They might even find a 4-second set of Rex in. Joke's back up, Ravage is there in 10, but you've got no Sven. This is a huge blunder for Vici Gaming and Reborn. They're quick to punish it.
Yep, and working with 18 Essence Shift now, just mowing down buildings left and right.
As well at this point.
Yeah, they're going for it. Ravage is back up now, but again, where's the Sven?
You've got to rely on CT1 damage, and he really doesn't see the most. With the Manta BKB blink, it's not the big, you know, it's not a high damage build from this turn.
We need a jump right now. He's going to get hit.
They haven't heard of a BKB, Vici Gaming. These BKBs, they're just not coming out today, and it could cost them the game. End is just cleaning up on the backliners. They'll outspend back up in 10, but it's going to be potentially too late, and GG is called. Where were the BKBs looming?
Maybe they dropped it in the forest and they lost it.
Maybe the key wasn't working. Oh man. Well, that ended in a way that the Vici Gaming could have potentially avoided with the use of BKBs on CTY and Sylar before their 2 jump-ins. So a little bit, they're going to be kicking themselves for that.
You know when you ask me who's the better carry between Sylar and Burning?
Yeah.
It's Burning.
It's Burn.
God damn it, Sylar.
God damn it.